Hello friends, a very warm welcome to our channel Udayan Edu Plus. So what is the topic of today's video? In today's video, we are going to read a book which is based on the topic space. So we are going to discuss about the space, and the name of the book is Knowledge Encyclopedia Space. So let's start to read the book, and you all watch the video very carefully and listen carefully too. Wait. A very important thing to say that please watch the whole video, and if you like our video then don't forget to subscribe our channel and must do a like and do lots of comments, and please share this video to your friends and families. Thanks a lot. Our amazing universe. Have you ever looked up into the night sky and wondered what lies out there in the great universe? So, what is it about the cosmos that bewilders and fascinates us so much? Today, we know that Earth is a very tiny ball of rock within the vast expanse of the universe. We also know that the birth of the solar system was perhaps only one amongst the many significant events that occurred in a fully developed universe, which is a truly humbling thought. Would not you like to know how the universe began, or what galaxies, comets, and shooting stars are? Read on to explore and understand some of the mysteries of our massive cosmos. Studying the universe. All the matter and energy present everywhere, including in space and life on Earth, is part of the mighty universe. Human beings have come a long way since ancient times, when it was believed that the sun, the moon, and the earth were the main celestial bodies of the universe. Today, however, we know that Earth and the solar system are only a tiny part of the vast universe. What is the universe? Our universe is about 13.8 billion years old. Everything that exists in time and space, including all objects, energy, over 100 billion galaxies, contains hundreds of billions of stars, the solar system, the planets, etc., are all part of what we call the universe. The universe is so vast that it really cannot be measured. We can only imagine how big it is by understanding that Some celestial objects are so very far away in the universe that light traveling from them takes billions of years to reach Earth. The universe is also referred to as the cosmos. In astronomy, cosmos is described as the entire physical universe, which is considered as one integrated whole. The word cosmos comes from the Greek word kosmos, meaning order, harmony, and the world. Cosmology is thus a particular field of study that combines natural sciences, specifically astronomy and physics, in a joint effort to understand the physical universe as a whole. Space, on the other hand, is a limitless three-dimensional expanse in which objects and events occur and have relative position and direction. Is not it amazing? There are about 10 to the power 22 to 10 to the power 24 up to a septillion stars in the observable universe. Some scientists believe that there are more stars in our universe than there are grains of sand on earth. And here you can see a picture describes most stars in the night sky are bigger and brighter than the sun. You can see in this picture. And now, what comprises the universe? Our universe is full of light-emitting and light-absorbing sources. It is a complex cosmic structure of stars, galaxies, quasars, and clusters of galaxies. It also contains dust, gas, dark matter, energy, different types of radiation, and also black holes, among other cosmic bodies. It has vast empty spaces in between the structures. Now, more about the universe. We know that the universe is vast and also that human beings do not really know its measure. In fact, the Milky Way galaxy, in which our solar system lies, is only one amongst the 100 billion galaxies which exist in the universe. The Milky Way is part of the local group, a group over 20 or more neighboring galaxies, which extensive research we have been able to learn more about the composition and the shape of the universe. Chemical elements. Matter contains chemical elements. A chemical element is any substance that cannot be broken down into simpler substances by ordinary chemical process. Hydrogen and helium are the main chemical components of the universe and were produced when the universe first came into existence. Some other 90-odd chemical elements are created in the stars, but these make up only a small percentage of the overall mass of the universe. These other elements are called metals by astronomers. Though In ordinary usage, we do not refer to elements like oxygen and carbon as metals. The quantity of metals varies depending on how stars were formed in that region. Now, shape of the universe. Shape of the universe. Scientists have concluded that mass causes space to curve. When objects move within that curved space, they are forced to alter or change their direction. If space is curved, then the shape of the universe may be any one of three types: flat, spherical, or saddle-shaped. How significant are these shapes to understanding the universe? Look at the shapes. It's a negative curvature, it's with zero curvature, and it's with positive curvature. The saddle-shaped surface has negative curvature, the flat, zero curvature, and the spherical surface has positive curvature. A saddle-shaped space would form an open universe. This universe would have no limits and will keep expanding forever. A flat universe would not have limits either, but the expansion rate would gradually approach zero. A spherical universe could be a closed one where the expansion would eventually stop, causing the galaxies to come closer and result in disintegration. Recent observations show that the expansion of the universe is speeding up. This strongly implies that the universe is geometrically flat. However, this still remains one of the major unexplained problems in modern cosmology. Creation of the universe. What existed before the universe? How and when was it created? Nobody can really be certain of these answers, but the Big Bang model is considered to be responsible for this miraculous creation. Now, what is the Big Bang model? The Big Bang model is a theory about how the universe was formed and how it evolved. In fact, among the many theories on this subject, the Big Bang is the most popular. The essence of this theory is that the universe emerged from a state of very high temperature and density. This caused a violent collision on an extremely large scale, which is why the model is called the Big Bang. The theory was based on the observation that several other galaxies were moving away from the Milky Way galaxy in different directions, and there seemed to be an ancient force responsible for this. Scientists estimate that the Big Bang happened nearly 13.8 billion years ago when the universe came into being. Who thought of the Big Bang model? In 1927, a Belgian priest and astronomer, Georges Lemaitre, had a very important discovery. He independently proposed that the universe is expanding. In 1922, Russian mathematician Alexander Friedman had also arrived at this conclusion. Lemaitre claimed that the universe began as a gentle point, that is, it had a finite beginning. It later expanded into its current vastness. He also said that it could keep growing. His formulation of the modern Big Bang theory was based on the work of Albert Einstein. 2 years later, American astronomer Edwin Hubble confirmed Lemaire's theory that the universe was, in fact, expanding. He observed that galaxies were moving away from Earth and that the galaxies that were farther away were moving at a faster rate than those nearby. This meant that if things were moving away from each other, then perhaps a long time ago they existed close to each other. While Dutch astronomer William de Sitter had also earlier considered an expanding model of the universe, Lemaire's theory, which was revised by George Gamow and others in the 1940s, remains the principal model of the universe. As you can see in this picture, the moon crater Friedmans is named after Alexander Friedman. And here, Georges Lemaitre also had a namesake in the lunar crater Lemaitre. Now, the theory. According to the Big Bang theory, the universe started off as a hot and extremely dense point, about a few millimeters wide. Approximately 13.8 billion years ago, this tiny point or singularity exploded in a violent bang from which all of matter, energy, space, and time were created. Different theories state that immediately after the Big Bang, there probably was a colossal sea of the protons, electrons, neutrons, and other particles. With time, the universe continued to cool, resulting in the decay and recombination of various particles. Protons and electrons may have combined to form neutral hydrogen. The universe may have been opaque before the recombination due to the scattering of light by the free electrons. Once neutral atoms were formed, it became transparent. The atoms joined together and after a very long time formed stars and galaxies. The initial few stars were responsible for creating bigger atoms and also for groups of atoms known as molecules. This led to the birth of several more stars. Simultaneously, galaxies were banging against each other and coming together. During this process of formation and dying of stars, things like asteroids, comets, planets, and black holes were created. Since the theory predicted that the early cosmos was in a very hot state and that the gases cooled with expansion, it would most probably also be filled with radiation or remains of heat from the violet explosion. The remains of this hot dense matter are called cosmic microwave background (CMB) radiation. CMB radiation today is very cold and it's similar to what is used to emit TV signals through antenna. A lot of information about the early universe can be gathered from CMB, the earliest known form of radiation. CMB was first predicted by Ralph Asher Alpha in 1948 when he was doing research about the Big Bang model along with Robert Herman and George Gamow. Now in this illustration shows that the evolution of the universe starting from the Big Bang as well as the cosmic timeline of the evolution of stars, galaxies, etc. Here you can measure the time. These are the modern galaxies. Here, formation of the solar system, 9 billion years. Here you can see early galaxies appear. Okay? And first stars appear. Dark ages. Big Bang is happened here. Here. And now, here you can see 380,000 years. 300 million years later, 1 billion years, and now today. Here is a note, incredible individuals. Here is a note. While Friedman, 1888-1925, and Hubble, 1989 to 1953, proposed that the Big Bang Theory, it was George Gamow, 1904 to 1968, who took up the task of coming up with a practicable model for this theory. Though Friedman's theory was brilliant, it was not known by many. Those who had heard it did not believe it. But Gamow and his doctoral student Ralph Alpher, 1921 to 2007, had faith in the theory. At that time, Ralph Alpher was a mathematics student who was working on describing how the universe evolved. Furthermore, the CMB radiation was first noticed accidentally in 1965 by Arno Penzias 1933 to present and Robert Wilson 1936 to present at the Bell Telephone Laboratories in New Jersey, USA. So, the Big Bang model was the brainchild of several people actually.